Hi, my name is Erin Comet Writings, and this is my 4th video game journal. So for this video game journal, if you can't already tell from my screen, we are going to be playing Cuphead, which is a very popular game currently right now, which you can play on the Nintendo Switch, which is what I'm playing it on right now. Sorry about the quality of this video, I wish it was better, but it's what you gotta do, man. So Cuphead follows Cuphead, of course, and his sidekick Mugman if you have 1 to 2 players. So you can play by yourself or you can play with another player and he will play Mugman. And this follows their journey with Satan. So a little bit of backstory for this game, and it has a cute introduction to when you start a new world. So Satan, he's the big boss in this game, and he's like, oh, you guys owe me a debt. In order to repay this debt, you can go around to a bunch of these other little people, vegetables and stuff, and collect my debt from them, and your debt will be paid off. So this is your classic run and gun action game, mainly focused on boss battles where you go and you defeat a big boss, defeating another big boss, and it goes on and on, where you just follow a map and try to, defeat everyone. One reason I really like to play this game is because of the older aesthetic pleasing tone it has to it, and you'll see it throughout the game. And I also like that it's very it looks very simplistic. It's an easy concept to grasp, but it's actually a little bit more difficult to play. So I like that it has that new mysterious tone to it. And before I start playing, I want to just talk about, one particular element I feel like the developers really made through is the older aesthetic, classic game tone to this game, because I think they did it because it brings in a whole different audience than usually gamers would get, like an older audience who really likes this pleasing tone. The music is very classical, so we can bring back this older retro audience back into the gaming world, and it's something they can play with younger kids and their grandchildren, children. But also, it brings in a new audience of people who don't just want to shoot guns at each other with Fortnite or Cyberpunk or Overwatch, but something a little bit more simplistic with the Mario games. But isn't Mario, because Mario's getting very overplayed in all of the different worlds. Don't get me wrong, I love all the Mario games, but you get a little tired of playing the same old thing. So it's definitely just a different style of game if people really want that. Another thing of something that the developers did is the floor plan, and I'll show you that throughout this video, is like in Mario Kirby games, like when I did my Kirby game for my game journal too, you see this floor plan, so when they defeat one island, they automatically go to the next, and you only have this one linear just going from one person to the next person to the next person. But with Cuphead, the developers will give you a little bit more freedom to where you can go to maybe 3 or 4 bosses in one realm, but in order to go to the next little patch of land, you have to defeat all 3 in that section. I think it could be a little bit better in the sense that they should offer a little bit more range. So make the lands a little bit bigger, maybe some more shorter games, so we don't have to go through thousands of bosses. We can have a little bit maybe some of their henchmen, maybe, just different little short games to kind of get more variety within this one game. But overall, I think this is a very good game. And yeah, one of the things I wanted to bring up was, because I really like the discussion we had in class about videos and violence in games. Sorry, that's my cat. Video and violence in games, because this obviously has some violence. I'm shooting carrots, so it's not violent as the sense of it's very realistic, where I'm shooting another person or I'm killing and tearing off the head, in Mortal Kombat. But with video games and violence, I feel like it makes more of an outlet instead of creating violence. I think violence is always going to be out there. There's going to be it in movies, music, because violence has always been here since the beginning of time. But in video games, we really have an outlet to, not do violence in the world. Kids can just go in and just have fun. So let's go in. So this is Mr. Kettle. He's just telling us about everything. So we're just kind of pawns of the devil. I'm just going to fast forward this because it's a lot of talking. Get a magical potion. Ooh. So we're just gonna do a little tutorial right now. I'm a little rusty, so hopefully this goes well. And then we got a little timer. Okay, you just do. He said, where to shoot. There we go. And then you parry. That's one thing I also like about the game is that you can reparry, like, what is it? If Mugman, who's your partner, dies, he turns into like this little ghost, and you're like, oh, I can save you. And then you bring him back to life, and then he can still help you through the game. So we got the tutorial done, sorry. I made a new world so I could show you a little bit more of the aspects of the beginning of the game. So let's show you guys the floor plan, because the floor plan is one of the reasons, you know, the developers did very well in the game, because they give you a little bit more freedom. So you see, with like Mario Kirby, you just have like that one little line, oh, that's all we can go to. I can go speak to this person, just tell me some tips, and we receive 3 gold coins from him. So we have the shop over here, got this crook over here that you can go and defeat him. See, but there's some levels you just can't unlock until you go in. Let's go into the shop, I'll show you some. So we can also get magic potions and other things to help us with the game. That's just like kind of level up, so when we're playing the game we can, let me get to it. So we'll just do kind of one villain. Let's do this. So I wish, like, because they give us range, but they only give us like 1 or 2 villains. Maybe put a little bit more in there, gets us a little bit more difficulty. And I only have like 3 chances to live. Yeah. So as you see there, I died. And we're gonna just retry. Oh. But as you see, that's just how the game works. I'm not going to go too into it because it's hard to play when I'm trying to get this angle. But as you see there, that is Cuphead. And I think the animation's very cute. You have these kind of fruity vegetable villains, you got little houses, and yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed. Oh, and one more thing. When I'm playing this game, a lot of the times I feel very frustrated because as I said, it looks very simple, but it's a lot more difficult than other people choose to believe. So I get frustrated, but I also get like excitement, very competitive, and very just kind of wonderment, like, I wonder who the next villain's going to be. I wonder how much difficult it's going to be. Like, when we get to the carrot, he can shoot out carrots and hit me, while the potato just shoots out those little tiny chunks. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed my video.